Trekkies will do naked handstands as they compete. Plus, we're joined in studio with Trekkies director Roger Nygard to talk about the global scope of Trekkies 2. And we also have the Brainiac Whiz Kid from Trekkies 1, who, guess what? No longer a kid, though still a nerd. Hey everyone, Nick Wish Pongo, Laura Swisher, Jisser, Unscrewed. And here he is, a man who got kicked out of a Star Trek convention for going naked. It's Martin Sargent.
How you doing, everyone? How are you? Wonderful to have you here tonight. That's all right. That's enough now. Simmer down, everyone. Thank you. Simmer down. Laura, I went as a Delton. Everyone knows that Deltons don't wear clothing.
Okay, first of all, Deltons are bald, and second of all, they don't walk around going, does anyone want to get jiggy with me?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think it was the incident in the food court that really made him throw me out. But that Cardassian was smoking, man. What was I supposed to do? Hey, everyone, welcome to Unscrewed, the laser robot kill machine of internet culture. I'm television's Martin Sargent. So get this, the other night I was checking my email and saw I had 8 new messages. A bit surprising, as I have no friends or loved ones. So I clicked on my inbox and discovered that all 8 of those emails, nothing but spam. I was so pissed off, I slammed down my jug of blush wine and accidentally dislodged a 900-page copy of C++ Made Simple, which fell onto my head, knocking me unconscious. I awoke in a wonderland. Floating about me were prescriptions for Vicodin, Bank of America gift cards, and mature, horny moms. I realized I had somehow been transported to a magical land where all the promises of spam come true. It was amazing. It was better than Muslim heaven. First, I visited the land of the hot underage vixens who always want more sex. Luckily, I had some sex to give them, yeah. Then after that, I had tea with the most fascinating Nigerian bishop, and now I'm a millionaire. The bishop, surprisingly, also a horny, mature mom. And that $1 million the bishop gave me made me pretty popular at this mixer for Christian singles. But as the 11th girl asked me how long ago I had accepted Christ into my heart, I remembered that I'm an Orthodox heathen. What am I doing at this Christian mixer? And then I realized in spam land, you have to take the good with the bad. It ain't all horny vixens. There's a hell of a lot of mortgage seminars and earning my master's degree online to deal with, too. And then, the worst, with no spam blocker, there was no way to keep my ex-girlfriends from using classmates.com to get in touch with me. And listen to this voicemail from this chick, Becky.
Hey, Marty, it's Becky. Remember me? You told me you were a fisherman in Alaska and didn't have a phone number. Well, I found you on classmates.com. Thanks for not calling after you skewered my rump. Now I'm glad I didn't tell you I have herpes.
Oh. I awoke in a sweat, so thankful I'd escaped from this horrible world where spam comes true. But I'll always miss those 3 to 5 inches. Thank you very much. And now, let's take a visit to our staff scientist to have yet another mystery of science explained.
Mysteries of Science Explained!
Oh, hello. Whoops. Welcome to Mysteries of Science Explained. Today we're going to learn about polar bears. Have you ever wondered how polar bears stays warm in the cold Arctic temperatures? Well, funnily enough, it's their f***ing fur, you stupid motherfuckers! All right, back to the science. Now, where was I? Ah, yes.
Thank you for watching Mysteries of Science Explained!
There you go, everyone. Another mystery of science explained.
Who knew?
Who knew?
It's the fur.
I mean, if this show stays on the air, pretty much the whole universe will be explained through our very own Dr. Peterson. So the spam thing, you ever buy any spam when you get the spam emails?
I've bought spam from spam.
No, but seriously, I don't I've never bought anything from Span. Anyone I've ever asked, they know I've never bought anything from Span. How do we know it doesn't work for sure?
I just wish they would figure out a way to actually target their target audience, because I always get this. I get this one every single day. It's like, and I'll use a little term so that it's not that offensive, but it's wanna pound her hoo-ha really hard. Yeah. Okay, but let me say
I'll tell you the answer to that. Yes, and how do I get on that list?
No, it's like pound her hoo-ha till it hurts. Like, really?
That's how chicks like it. They like it, they like you to pound them real hard until it hurts, right? That's how you guys like it, don't you? Like a little blood and all that?
Exactly.
No? Right?
Exactly.
I have so much learning to do.
By the way, this is Marty afterwards. He's like, yeah, the blood means it's working. That means I'm doing it right.
Tonight's show is a leather-clad temptress just waiting to turn your ass red. We've got Trekkies 2 documentarian Richard Nygard here to explain the narrow line between fan and freak. Very fine line. And you remember this kid from the original Trekkies documentary?
Another interesting thing that...
Oh, for God's sakes, I'll get that.
You're the one that told me.
Hello? Peter, this is the worst time you could have called. Go away! Okay, bye.
Worst time ever! He's here too. We'll see how adulthood is treating him. Plus, I'll show you how to get a free video game in which the object is to kill the elderly. But before all that time, you gotta know what time it is. Time to play a game we call Third Spurs! Double breakneck round. Here's how the double breakneck round works. I'll be giving our contestants 3 words or phrases that sound of the ear similar. For example, Anunnaki, wild shiitake, and Joey Bukkake. Then the contestants will have to choose which one of those 3 terms gets the highest hit count on the Google. Get the rules good. Then let's meet tonight's contestants. Please welcome Christine Vincent of ChristineVincent.com up against Nikita of NikitaLee.com. Ladies, great to have you here. Now,
hey, thanks.
Christine, I remember you from Playboy's College Girls Trading Card Series 2002. Very hot photos. What college did you go to for that?
I went to American River College.
American River? Really? What was your major at the American River College?
Business. Business.
So that must have helped you out in your career as a nude model on the internet.
Definitely.
Definitely, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm agreeing with you. Well, you're up against Nikita. Nikita, you say on your site that your favorite sexual position is every position. Yeah! And that you like to try new sexual positions and freaky poses. I'm wondering, when's the last time you tried a sexual position that you had never tried before?
Just recently, actually.
What was it?
Well, I got this new Kama Sutra book, so I've been trying a lot of sexual positions in it. The one that I tried most recently is one called Missionary Impossible.
Missionary. I've been doing that since '83, girl. That's nothing new. You kidding me?
Nothing new, huh?
No, nothing new. I got some pointers I can give you. All right. We're going to play the game now. I'm going to say those 3 words and phrases. You're going to have to guess which one gets the highest search result in Google. Got the rules?
Yes.
Then here are the terms. Nordic Fjord, Sex Sword, and Underlord. Christine, because of you, I'm sporting wood right now, so you get to go first. Which one of those 3 terms will get the highest search result?
I'm going to guess Underlord.
You're going to say which?
Underlord.
Underlord, okay. And Nikita, what do you say?
What was the sex one?
Sex Sword.
That one.
You're going to say Sex Sword. All right, here are the results. Nordic Fjord, 18,800 hit. Sex Sword, 605,000. But Underlord, 5,250,000 hits. Congratulations. Brad, tell her what she's won.
You've just won the moving John Denver documentary, Let This Be a Voice, on durable, handy VHS.
That's fantastic. You're the winner. You get to move on to the next round next week.
Thank you, Marty. I want to say hi to Laura, too.
She's right here.
Hi, Laura.
Next week is the Frenzy round. When the prize will be even more glamour-laden / covetable. Thanks for playing Search for Lady. Your book's fantastic.
I want to say goodbye to you guys.
All right, I love you. I love you. Check out their sites. Oh, wait a minute. Is she the one that won? Good. Then we're going to see her again next week. All right, we're excited now. All right, everyone. We got to keep going. Do you know the difference between the Bolians and the Breen, or have you instead chosen a life that involves kissing girls? Life is a Trekkie right after the break.
Rolling Stone raves Team America is outrageously hilarious. 4 stars. This is the funniest movie of the year. If you haven't seen it, you won't know what everyone is talking about. Team America, World Police. Rated R, now playing.
Rio, you're not working out because the King of Fighters is going 3D with maximum impact, are you?
King of Fighters going 3D? I don't know what you're talking about. King of Fighters Maximum Impact. An all-new creation combines classic King of Fighters 2D gameplay with breathtaking 3D animation. 14 classic fighters, 5 new warriors.
It's all right, just a little paper cut.
King of Fighters Maximum Impact. Hail to the King. Rated T for Teen.
Unleash the power of a worldwide phenomenon.
Welcome back, Dr. Jackson.
Packed with all new extras. Stargate SG-1 Season 7 on DVD today. Own the entire collection on DVD now.
Get ready for the next season of Anime Unleashed with all new series.
Don't get carried away.
New episodes coming up next.
Hey, welcome back to Unscrewed, everyone. Few have looked deeper into the Trekkie galaxy than my next friend, the director of the documentaries Trekkies and Trekkies 2. Here's Roger Nygard. Hey, Roger. Love the DVDs. Fantastic stuff. I gotta ask you, are you a Trekkie? Were you a big Star Trek fan when you decided to watch these movies?
It depends how you define a Trekkie. I mean, I think the dividing line is if you went to a convention willingly at some point in your life. And prior to making the film, I had not. So
Okay.
I think
so
I don't
you
qualify.
just went there, I'm assuming, just because you thought they were an interesting social group, sort of this fringe group, and you thought that they would look good on film,
That's
right?
the nice way to put it, yeah.
Well, did you expect these Trekkies films to resonate outside of the Trekkie or Trekker community as well as they did?
Well, you know what? I mean, I just made the film because I thought they were a really interesting subject. You know, I thought these people are they're funny, they're interesting, they're entertaining, they're intelligent. It was just a good package, and they entertain me. I tried to make an entertaining movie.
Did you think that you were making fun of them when you made the films?
You know, there were times when there were people who it would have been easy to make fun of, you know?
But you probably didn't have to. You just put the camera on there, and they do the work for you, kind of, right? They hang themselves.
You provide a soapbox, and somebody expresses themselves, and either they make a good point, or they don't. It's up to them.
Well, were any of the fans who saw the film offended, or even the ones that weren't in the film, but just Trekkies in general?
Well, you can ask Gabriel when he comes up
Gabriel's going to be here.
Yeah, he's a good person to ask that too. But there was some people who were offended. I'd say a small percentage, you know, who were offended by the fact just that we called the film Trekkies
The title,
instead
explain
of
that.
Trekkers.
Trekkies, it's not what they want to be called, right? They prefer Trekkers?
Some. But you know what?
What's the difference?
There's no consensus. I mean, I tried to find out. And I asked, in the first film, we asked hundreds of people, what's the difference? And I still don't know what the difference is, because nobody agrees.
Well, Trekkies 2 just released on DVD. I didn't realize before I saw this that Star Trek was such a global phenomenon. It's just fascinating, astounding. Did you realize that?
No. I mean, anywhere they have television, they have Trekkies now, because anywhere there's television, Star Trek is in syndication somewhere.
Is it in English, or do they dub it in the other language, or both?
It's dubbed in Germany, and
it is dubbed in Germany.
in a couple of places.
The Germans, I think the German Star Trek fans are the best. In fact, we have a clip right now of the German Trekkers. Let's take a look.
About the science that was behind Star Trek, so it was not just some mystical mumbo-jumbo, but there was some real science behind it.
You are the Klingon Santa Claus.
For I am, and I'm from the planet of Klinzai. Only naughty children will get presents from the Klingolos!
Did you make these yourself? Who made them?
We both made the mask, and this clothes is from our mother. It was made by our mother.
What do you call this character?
His name is Ngan.
Tell me about your outfits. That's from a classic Star Trek episode called Mirror Mirror. Why do you choose to dress up as Klingons?
I feel good as a Klingon. I feel free. I feel pure.
It's amazing. I mean, it's as if the Germans have taken it to some levels beyond even what they do here in the United States.
Nobody is more serious about Star Trek than the Germans.
Why is that? Do you have any glimpse into why that is?
Here's my theory. I mean, wherever you find computers, you find Star Trek fans, right? Well, Germany is a country of mechanical engineers. So there's computers everywhere. And so there are Trekkies everywhere. The whole country is basically filled with Trekkies.
And all the other, you went to, how many different countries did you go to?
8.
You went to 8 different countries, all different in the way that they treat the Star Trek phenomenon?
Yeah, they all had their individual qualities, you know, every country. I mean, America, though, I think is still the most offbeat. I mean, you know, we went back and checked in on some of our original profilees. We also found these Star Trek theme bands in Sacramento.
This is a crazy story. Up in Sacramento, I had no idea this was happening. There's tons of Star Trek theme bands.
Yeah, I think there's nuclear waste in the ketchup up there or something. I don't know. Something's going on, but I mean, it's amazing. We didn't even find one. We found 5 Star Trek theme bands.
Just in Sacramento.
A Klingon death metal band, Warp 11, which is basically a stadium rock style, like Def Leppard. They all write songs about Star Trek.
Oh, they're great. There's that Devo-esque band up there,
Filkers,
too.
you know what Filk music is?
Oh, the Filkers. It's like science fiction folk music.
Right. You got to hear this to believe it. I mean, it's awesome.
You can hear a lot of it. It's the soundtrack that goes along with the DVD, right?
Right.
Trekkies 2. And the DVD is available. It's fantastic. Everyone stick around and discover now how adulthood is treating everybody's favorite teen Trekkie from the first Trekkies film. Gabriel Kroner is going to be here coming up next. All right.
Maybe $300 to $400 a year on Star Trek merchandise, but if I could, I'd spend a lot more.
Game Boy Advance SP, now only $79.99.
The family of digital Walkman players from Sony. Whatever you're into, there's a Walkman for you. Sony, like no other.
Agony.
Anguish. Words that should never define the taste of your energy bar. That's why there's Snickers Marathon, long-lasting energy bar with the great taste of Snickers. Snickers Marathon, the energy you crave.
Hey, welcome back, everyone. So we're tracking along with documentarian Roger Nygard and are now joined by Gabriel Kroner, the real star of the original Trek. How you doing, Gabriel? Great to have you on the program. You have changed a little bit since we first saw you in Trekkies.
Just a tad.
Just a little bit.
Hairline is right here.
But much more than that. You're not wearing like a Captain Kirk outfit, for example. Why don't, for people who didn't see the first time, why don't we go back to when you were a 14-year-old little geek and take a look at how you acted back then. Here's a clip.
This is the uniform to be featured in Star Trek First Contact. Linda Thuringer, our club's captain and Garrick impersonator, really outdid herself here, except I do have a couple minor quibbles, like the red stripe here. In the actual movie, it's going to be about half this thickness, but she can change that easily. And the lines running across here are more prominent in the actual versions, but then again, she can just do some top stitching there. She wanted to take the legs down a bit. I don't see why. But overall, fantastic.
I gotta know, you're kind of like smiling to yourself here. Is it difficult for you to watch that?
It's weird, and I think that's why people were offended by the first Trekkies, because people don't like mirrors. I think that's very much true. I mean, people don't like having to take a good, long, hard look at themselves and their priorities, and Trekkies was something that forced me to do that.
Yeah, but you know, if I look back at my yearbook when I was 14, I'd play, ugh, and certainly if there was a documentarian following me around when I was 14, I'd be like, I can't believe I acted like that.
I mean, would anybody want themselves at 14? It just locked for all posterity at that age on film. Would anybody really want that?
So how have you changed? I mean, obviously you're a sharp dresser now.
I appreciate it.
You got the black blazer.
I was going to do the Captain Kirk duds, but the cashmere won over the velour.
Do you still dress up in the Star Trek outfits?
It's funny because after Trekkies, being incognito at a convention was kind of hard, so I just figured I'm just going to start going in regular clothes, wouldn't shave a couple of days, and people would still very graciously come up and ask me to sign the Trekkies DVDs, and I get that at a lot of conventions, and I love doing it. It's a really weird but fun position to be in.
So do you consider yourself a Trekkie or a Trekker? Maybe you could give us a little insight into that schism.
If you care too much.
At the beginning of the show, we played that line with you on the telephone where the guy calls up.
Yeah, the guy calls me on the telephone.
And, I mean, you've kind of become famous for that, right? People prank call your house and everything?
Well, yeah, it's weird. One of my, a friend of mine who's like a former Maxim model kind of thing, calls me out of the blue one day. This is how I met this person. She calls me out of the blue with like her friends and stuff, asked me to do the line over the phone.
Peter, this is the worst time you could have called. Go away!
Would you do that on my answering machine? Will you leave that message for me?
I would be very glad to.
That would be awesome. Okay.
I've done that before. I've done that for people's voicemails. People have come up with their cell phones. Ask me, can you do my cell phone greeting?
So what kind of drugs do Trekkies do?
What kind of, you know what? They're high on themselves, predominantly.
Speaking of knowing a lot about Star Trek, you were the resident Star Trek geek in that Comedy Central show, Beat the Geek,
Yeah,
right?
I ended up doing 15 episodes.
15 episodes that you were fantastic in that show. But we're going to test your knowledge right here. I've got some questions. I think I'm going to stump you with this. Are you ready for this?
Jeepers.
You guys ready for this?
Here we go. I'll tell you right off the bat, somebody's going to get me. There's geekier people than me, and they're on the internet.
That's hard to believe, pal. Here we go. First question. What do Romulan ships use as their power source?
Artificial quantum singularity.
Duh. Come on.
That's right.
That was a gimme. That was a gimme.
We're just warming up. It's
Next.
basically an artificial mini black hole, right?
Whatever.
Other ships use dilithium crystals?
Here's what the fancy doctor said. It's something a damned writer made up.
Question 2. Who was the hologram doctor on Star Trek's Voyager modeled after?
As in fictionally, or
who is the character based on, the image of that character?
The image of that character was based on his creator, Dr. Louis Zimmerman.
That's correct, Louis Zimmerman. We got time for one more? We got time for one more.
These are easy.
What's the original Cardassian name for Space Station Deep 6-9?
Deep Space Nine. That would be Terok Nor.
Terok Nor is the correct answer. Deep Space Nine was originally a Cardassian station that was renamed after the Federation took over. I am wildly impressed. No wonder, Roger, you made him the star.
He's unbeatable. He's unstoppable.
He sure is. There you have it. Gabriel and Roger, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Pleasure to meet both of you. Great stuff. Everyone at home, get the new DVD, Trekkies 2. Also, you got to check out this soundtrack while you're at it, or just go up to Sacramento and see the band's live, I guess. And everyone in our studio audience tonight, because you've been so great, you're going to get your very own copy of Trekkies 2 on DVD. You deserve it. Live long and prosper. All right, everyone. When we return, we're going to kill some old people. Stick around.
Honey, what is it? What happened?
This Friday,
The whole time I was in that house, I felt something was wrong.
experience fear beyond words
Please help us.
and terror beyond imagination. The Grudge, rated PG-13, opens everywhere Friday.
It will summon you. It will challenge you. It will consume you. Mortal Kombat Deception. Online for PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Rated mature.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. I'm sorry, we're out of time, so I'm going to have to show you this game in which you're in a nursing home killing old people in greater detail another night. I just kicked that old woman's ass, though. Hey, thanks to our guests, Roger Nygard, Gabriel Coroner, Search First, Christina Nikita, and, of course, the Swish. We'll see you at the bar, everyone.